Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday Night Sewing Report Live. I'm your host Jennifer Moore, helping you discover your love of sewing crafts and DIY projects. And did you guys know it's Fashion Revolution Week? We're going to talk all about sustainable fashion. I've got a great website to share with you, plus the wonderful folks at Nancy's Notions have sent me a box of goodies. So I'm going to show you some of that stuff. We're also going to talk about Game of Thrones because, guys, I finally got that 7-day trial to HBO Go. So I am rolling here and I want to show you some projects I've been working on this week in the sewing room because I'm very excited about them. So let's chat about all that. And I'm so excited if you're here. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I've been having a good one so far at least. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it'll be a good week upcoming. I've got lots of sewing projects that I've got in the works, lots of videos. So I just kind of wanted to share, and coming out this probably Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to be dropping a very exciting video. The Sewing Report got a celebrity guest. I know, whoever thought that would happen. So I'm super jazzed about that. So yes, anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. This is the Sewing Report. Feel free to subscribe if you like sewing crafts and DIY projects, or if you just like to chit chat about sewing and making stuff, because that's why we're here. Anyways, all right, yes, I see we got lots of folks. We got, let's see, Amaris, Shelly, hello. All right, lots of folks here. All right, hopefully you guys can see me. All right, can everybody see me and hear me? All right, so it looks like I'm good. I just wanted to make sure I'm cool here. So I wanted to share this with you because I thought this was really, so lately I've been really trying to learn more about sustainability, environmental issues. I have a friend who's super knowledgeable about it, and we talk a lot about certain things she's into, and she's like really, she's literally going to go off the grid soon. So there is an organization called, Fashion Revolution, and this organization aims to educate people about the fast fashion industry and ways that you can be a more responsible consumer. So I thought this website, which is, I've linked it below, I think what they're doing is super cool. So they're doing something this week called, all right, sorry, let me get this rolling here. They're doing something called Fashion Revolution Week, and it seems to be more of like an awareness thing. It looks like they have had some events in the past, and they have lots of really great information on this website though. So one thing that I thought was really interesting, so they have a manifesto. It's not as weird as it sounds, and they kind of go over their mission statement, which is to really, all right, here we go. And basically it says, we are designers, producers, makers, workers, and consumers, and we want to, we're world citizens, and we don't want our clothes to exploit people or destroy the planet, and they want change. So I think that's a really neat cause. And they have a very large Instagram presence, so I started following them on Instagram. But this week they've been really having this campaign, hashtag Who Made My Clothes. And I think that's something, you know, because when I talked to my friend Allison, and I know I've kind of shared her channel with you guys in the past, Allison Murrow, she is, I believe, one of the only environmental reporters in the country that does it full-time on TV. So she talks a lot with me about how she feels like people are really disconnected from their food and the things that they buy because people aren't seeing it made. Like, it's not like it was in the past where if you wanted food, you had to grow it yourself. If you wanted clothes, you had to make them yourself. So I do kind of agree that there seems to be a disconnect between people and the things that we have and the things that we eat. And I think that it's interesting that there does seem to be this movement coming forward where people want to get back in touch with that. So I think this organization seems pretty cool. And they have something called, let me see, where's their so they got together this guide on transparency, and they kind of ranked all these different fashion brands and ranked them on like how transparent they are to consumers, which I think is so it's called like the fashion index. I think this is a really, because I kind of went through it, and I think it's interesting. You know, you want to, Like, why don't more people want to know where our clothes come from and who made them? And if that person is making an okay living, if they're being treated well. I think that's something, human to human, there's definitely a human cost to clothes that tends to get missed. So I think this is a really neat organization. So I was very excited to find it. So I just wanted to share this with you because, so this week they're having Fashion Revolution this week. I think it ends tomorrow, I believe. And I don't know, I just think it seems like a cool organization to follow and maybe get involved with. So, but they have some really interesting, let's see, where's like the thing about the Fashion Week? But if you haven't heard of this organization or checked them out, definitely head to the website and just kind of read a little bit about what they're doing. So they are really big on, keeping the awareness alive about this, the Rana Plaza building collapse where a lot of people died. And this wasn't that long ago. This was only in 2013. I remember this happening because I was still working in news. But I think that, I do like that they're trying to get the fashion industry to change and to try to get them to move forward and also promote more responsible manufacturing. I think that's good. And when I started sewing, I did not realize, you kind of think that cotton is like eco-friendly, but apparently it's actually not. It requires a lot of water to produce this, like cotton for jeans or for clothing. So I think there's this kind of almost like a myth that clothing is eco-friendly, that like cotton is eco-friendly, when really it's actually really not eco-friendly. So that's something I didn't really know that until I got into sewing. So anyways, definitely check out their site. I think they're doing good things. And where is their, I'm trying to find the information about Fashion Week here. The website here is a little bit slow. And I apologize in advance. I've got the, I had to have the dehumidifier running. It is so humid in here. Like, we're kind of by the water now, and it's just super humid all the time, and it's like, oh, I don't know. Anyways, where you live right now, is it hot? Is it cold? Are you guys is it humid? Are you also having a bad hair day? I'm just curious. Oh my gosh, Jamie, thank you for the super chat. And by the way, so I recently learned, because I got a $2 super chat last week, and I guess YouTube is giving, I don't know if Jamie you're one of them, but I guess YouTube is giving the YouTube Red or Premium users like a little bit of money that they can super chat creators. Jamie, thank you so much. So Jamie says this is a super topic. Thanks, Jen. And let me know what your opinion is. If you sew, are you interested in sustainable sewing? Are you interested in sustainable fashion? And is that something that's important to you? Because I do feel like I'm seeing more and more people wanting to get involved and wanting to learn more about it. I think that's cool. Like, I don't have anything, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I think it's a really good thing to be curious. And when I was talking to my friend Al, again, I talk to her like every day pretty much, even though she lives in Seattle. We just are constantly going back and forth on how we as individuals need to be questioning things. Just because someone tells you something doesn't mean it's true. So it's up to us to do some research, do your homework, and find out more about the issues that you care about. So, all right. So anyways, I just wanted to really talk about this because I think it's really, I do think it's really important. We only get one planet, right? So it's something that we should all, and I think as people who sew, it can be a little bit difficult because we use a lot of materials, and I'm really trying to be better about that. And I know I'm going to be unboxing some stuff later, but I'm really trying my best to not have too much stuff, not buy too much stuff, because I don't need it. Like, I really don't. I don't know. I think it's a little bit ridiculous about how, like, especially when you think about how much stuff we all have. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like, we have way much more stuff than our parents and grandparents did, I guarantee you. All right, so, all right, I'm trying to get back to this fashion. So that it keeps flipping, but, all right, so Fashion Revolution Week All right, okay, it's the 22nd to the 28th. So they've been using the hashtag who made my clothes. Also, they've been getting garment workers to talk and share their stories. And there's another hashtag called I made your clothes, because there's real people that make our things. And I think it's really, I don't know why more people don't care about that, or don't want to know about that, because I sure do. I don't know. I definitely do. But anyways, it's a great I think it's a good cause, and I think the more you can learn, the better off we'll all be. And yes, okay, so Sarah commented, I'm into upcycling and use every scrap that I can. That's a really good thing. And those of you out there, I want to know, how do you use your scraps? Like, what I would like to do some more upcycling. I haven't done a lot. I'm creative, but I don't know if I have what it takes to do those like refashioning type things. I don't know. I'm just not I feel like I could grow in that area, but I don't know. I'm not one of those people that look at something like random and is like, this would be awesome. I'm like, hey, here's a pattern I think is cool. But I have a really hard time going to like Goodwill or a thrift store and finding, like, turning the trash to treasure kind of thing. There are some people that are amazing at it, and I really applaud you, and I'm kind of jealous. I don't know, but maybe that's something I could work on here at the Sewing Report. So I don't know. So anyways, so it's Fashion Revolution week. I know it's ending tomorrow, but I did want to take a moment to talk about it because I thought it was really kind of a neat thing. Okay, so also, next thing I want to talk, so I've been corresponding with someone at Nancy's Notions, and a while back I did a live show about Nancy Zeman. She was a sewing and quilting legend, and she passed away probably about a year ago. So, but her company still lives on. So the folks at Nancy's Notions reached out and they said, hey, we'd like to send you some stuff. You can try it out. You can share it. You can do whatever you want with it. And I was like, okay. And by the way, I know I've talked about this before, but I do have a policy here on this channel that if someone sends me free stuff or they want to do something, one, they don't get any like input on what it is. Like, they don't get to tell me how to present it, or like how to like talk about it, or what to title a video. And the other thing is that free products do not equal guaranteed coverage. So if someone wants to send something, it's kind of at their own risk. If I like it and I think it's a good thing, I'll most likely do something on it like this. But, I really wanted to get away from the tit for tat thing. Because I come from a news background, that was really against the rules. And I do find it kind of strange still to see all these bloggers do stuff like this. I get that you have to pay the bills, and believe me, I understand that. I just feel like a lot of this stuff could be presented in a more organic way. And I think part of the benefit to having someone like a vlogger or a blogger talk about your product or whatever you're doing is that it's in their own voice. So I really want to make sure that I'm keeping that voice and not giving it to somebody else. So anyways, the folks at Nancy's Notions, they were really cool about that. I've been emailing back and forth with a lovely lady named Laura. So she knows that I've been really getting into embroidery. So she sent me a bunch of stuff. So I want to kind of share some of it. And I think quite a bit of this stuff, I would like to do a giveaway in the near future with some of this stuff that's being sent. I can't keep and use it all. The other thing I would like to know is if you see a product that I'm talking about that you want to know more about, or you want like a whole video dedicated to it, let me know in the comments, because I have so many ideas from this goodie box that in fact, I started 2 videos today right before I started this show and had to get ready. Okay, so the first thing that they sent was like a lot of embroidery thread. So this is Madeira thread, and some of it's polyester and some of it's rayon, and the colors are really cool. So like I think this is a poly thread. Okay, so this is a metallic collection. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of just dying over this stuff. I can't wait to dig into it. And oh my gosh, this is a, and I've linked to Nancy's Notions down below. This set is really cool looking. It's like opal metallic embroidery thread. And it's just gorgeous. Like I have literally so many ideas for projects that I want to kind of do with this. So that is definitely in the works. One of my favorite things that came in this box. So I'm all about the embroidery designs. I've been downloading off of Etsy to my heart's desire, and in fact, I just downloaded some stuff today, and I'm going to show it to you because I was hard at work. So this is from a company called Amazing Designs, which is like an offshoot of Nancy's Notions. So these are freestanding lace butterflies, and I just stitched one out before, like we went on air here, and I got to show it to you because it's just, this thing is like just incredible. So I tested it out. So what you do is you put 2 to 3 layers of wash away stabilizer in the hoop. I also made sure they recommended trying to like get the hoop to be grippier, so I put some painter's tape over parts of it. And I'm stitching this out in white because that's what was in the thread holder at the time. But I was so excited. I have so many ideas for like literally I am so pumped to make some cool butterfly stuff. So that's definitely going to be a future video, like probably several videos for sure. Because I have some really, I actually did have like I'm not like the best with creativity, but I definitely had some really neat ideas for this. So this is it stitching out. And I used like a 75/11 regular embroidery needle. And they sent some needles too. Like I felt like it was Christmas. So this is the butterfly, and it turned out so perfect. I think I lowered the tension. So all I did was lower the tension to 3 for the upper thread, and then I just kind of used whatever thread was in there. So this is white. I'm not going to make all white butterflies, but I just love this. You can really mix and match your threads and make some really cool butterflies. And I was looking around, I didn't see anything, there's really nothing like this around. I didn't really see a lot of this on Etsy or even embroiderydesigns.com or embroiderylibrary.com. So this seems to be a really kind of neat, I really hope they do more of these, maybe with other types of embellishments. But I'm really excited to make some, this week I'm going to be making butterflies. In fact, I ordered some more Brother bobbins, because the thing with this though is because you're going to see it from the back too, you need to make sure your bobbin thread is the same thread because it's visible on both sides. So that's the one thing. I don't have enough bobbins, so I ordered like a pack of 10 so that I can make some butterflies to fly away. I don't know. So I don't want to give out everything away yet, but there are 2 projects I really want to do with this little embroidery design set that I think are going to look amazing. And I'm really excited about this because I feel like they're a little bit out of the box. So yeah, this is the butterfly. I'm going to hold it up close. It stitched out, like I didn't really have any trouble. So what you do is after you take it out of the hoop, you cut around the stabilizer, try to cut out as much as you can, and then you just soak this in water and the rest of the stabilizer kind of disappears. But aren't these cute? Like you can also hang them so they can be ornaments. Also, like you could definitely do like hair. Imagine if you did like hair clips or like, hair bows for girls or again, for people, for adults too. Like actually this would make a really good like hair comb or something, or a hair clip. Wouldn't that look kind of neat? Or on actually, you put it on a bobby, you maybe glue it to a bobby pin, and then you can have butterflies in your hair. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome? So I cannot wait to dig into these, but this comes with like 20, I think it came with like 24 different butterfly designs. You can also layer them, so there's a few of them where one design is like a smaller version of the other. So you can layer them on top of each other and make like a multi-dimensional butterfly. I'm not sure how much thread like this is going to use up. It does look like it's going to use up a lot of thread, but I'm really excited. The other thing I want to do is I want to take some of my rhinestone crystals and then embellish the butterflies once they're done. I think these are going to look like, I'm so excited about this. Like I honestly can't even tell you. This is so cool. So I'm pumped. Butterflies all the way. I don't know. I cannot believe this is here, but I am on board with this. So I'm definitely gonna be making some multicolored butterflies in the near future. Okay, so let's move on. They also sent this humongo box of thread. Thank you again. Thank Nancy's Notions. You guys were way generous. And a lot of this stuff. This upcoming week, I think what I'm gonna do is I need to get some stuff together. I would like to do a giveaway to you guys. So that, and I'm gonna do the giveaways during the live shows. So that's I think where I'm gonna be doing these. I know I've done a few on Instagram, but I gotta be honest with you. I really want to give back to the viewers here on YouTube for the most part. So I think I'm gonna keep the giveaways mostly to YouTube. So yes, so this is rayon. And another thing I want to do for a video is I want to compare polyester. I really want to do like a pretty good comparison of polyester versus rayon thread for embroidery. Sorry, my hair is getting a little nuts here because I've just seen a lot of stuff about how rayon is a little bit softer and then polyester is a little stiffer. Also, apparently polyester is supposed to be more color fast. So I kind of want to put those to the test and see like what the real deal is and see what happens, if I do those two and kind of compare them. So I think that would be a really neat kind of like maybe like a sewing report investigates. I don't know. So anyways, oh, thank you, Amaris. I thank you very much for the love. So, and thank you guys all for watching. I know Game of Thrones is on tonight. So if that is in your plans, it's in mine too. And I want to talk about that towards the end. So, okay. So here's another thing. This is, let's see here. This is a press pad. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up here. And I believe it's kind of like those, those gray pressing mats that are very popular right now. This seems to be kind of like a slightly thinner version. So I'm definitely going to be testing this out. And apparently it's really good for kind of getting those final wrinkles out of, the puckers out of your embroidery design after you take it out of the hoop. But you can put the design face down so that your like threads don't get messed up like you're stitching. So I think that'll be kind of neat. So this looks pretty cool. So I'll definitely be trying that out. But yes, definitely let me know if there is a product that really catches your eye. If there's something in here and you would like to see more of a hands-on demonstration or full video, let me know in the comments because I definitely see quite a few videos from this stuff. Okay. This is a oh yes. So this is actually an over-the-door organizer, and I guess it's for stabilizer rolls. So I guess I'll maybe try to hang that up. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of like very cool stuff in here, but they were super generous. I was definitely not expecting that, but they were very nice, and I've been enjoying emailing with Laura. She seems like a really cool lady, and really into embroidery as well. Okay. This I actually did start using. These are comfort grips that you can put on the embroidery hoop, screw so that your hands don't hurt, and you can get the screws tighter that way. So I think, so I've tried this out. It was I had to finagle it a little bit to get it on this screw, but it worked eventually. They remind me of those things that you used to put on pencils as like a pencil grip, but they're just smaller. So I've definitely already been using that stuff. And then she sent this is like a thread director. So I've heard these are really good if you're working with metallic threads. I've been watching some tutorials on working with metallic thread because it is a little bit different, and she did include some metallic thread needles specifically. So apparently when you're working with metallic threads, you don't want them to get raveled because that can lead to thread breakage. And there's a lot of other things you need to worry about. But apparently if you have your spool go, if you hold your spool like this versus like upright, it helps the thread unravel with less tangles and like less, you know, less twists. So that will help with thread breakage. And I guess these needles have a longer eye and a scarf in the back, you know, a little groove, so that the thread goes through a little smoothly, and again, less thread breakage. I've worked with metallic thread once before and it was a total nightmare. I was trying to make like these invitations, and I was trying to stitch metallic thread into them, and the thread broke like every 5 minutes, so that was not great. So yes. Okay, so Carla asks, can I ask you about sewing hacks? Do you use them? You know, I have a few hacks I've shared. Again, and it's one of those things, I feel like a lot of these hacks, I feel like nothing is original at this point. Everyone's kind of like, oh, I learned this from so-and-so, or I saw this here. So I've seen a lot of decent sewing hacks. You know, I don't know if I have like any signature ones for me. I do use Elmer's washable school glue to baste a lot of seams so that they don't shift around. I use it for hemming. I use it for a lot of stuff. I use painter's tape a lot for various things. You know, you can use washi tape to mark a line on your needle plate, so that you know where your guide is for your fabric. So I've seen a lot of really good ones out there. I've been thinking about trying to do a sewing hacks video, but to be honest with you, I need to come up with like a list of good hacks, I think, before I do that. And I'm not sure if I'm like quite there yet, but maybe someday. All right. So these are the needles. Okay, so I think these will definitely be going in a giveaway because there's just a lot of needles in here, and I already even have embroidery needles. So yes, there's lots of needles here. So I mean, they were generous enough that I can definitely share some of this stuff just because there's a lot in here. And this is cool. I do have another like brand of this, but this is a tailor clapper, and it helps you get your seams very flat, or if you're trying to press a fold like into slacks or into a garment. These do work really well. I have the Clover version, or the Dritz version of it, but this is kind of a more streamlined version. I've got like the bigger one, but this does feel pretty good in your hand though. So there's that. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Okay. Okay. So this a roll of batting, and I believe there's a book with projects you can do with this. I guess you can make a rug out of this, like if you put strips in there and then you kind of fold them, you know, you kind of fold them inward. I guess you can make a rug, but I thought this was kind of neat. There is there's a lot of bobbin holders, so this I think will definitely be going in the giveaway stuff. And these look like slap bracelets, but they are apparently stabilizer holders. But I mean, I can see a lot of uses for these because I do have a lot of stuff that comes in rolls that comes unraveled a lot, like my glitter vinyl, and yeah, definitely the stabilizer. So this is kind of cool. Literally, it's like a slap bracelet, but it's for your stabilizer. And all of this stuff is available on Nancy's Notions, and I've mentioned some of the products below. But, you know, I gotta say, I hadn't really been on Nancy's Notions in a while. Like, I think I'd been there a couple times, but they had a lot more stuff on the site than I remembered, and it's kind of overwhelming. So if you are looking for sewing and quilting notions, they have a lot of stuff, and I have seen quite a few items that I have not seen anywhere else, like the butterfly designs. I thought this was like, I was super excited about this. I thought this was like one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and I think there's a lot. I wish there were amazing designs. I would love you to come out with more. So this is like a CD-ROM and then you just put it into your computer, and then you can download designs, and then you can put them on your USB drive. But I would love to see them come out with more collections like this. I thought this was just really cool, maybe with other creatures or other types of, maybe like a floral one. That would probably go over real well. And I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I haven't used my regular sewing machine much lately, which is a little bit sad, because there's just so much I've been doing with the embroidery machine. It's been a little out of control. So clearly you know what I've been up to lately. All right. So, all right, there's some more stuff in here. There are some books and some, okay. There's a trim and set template. Okay. This definitely is for quilting. I guess it helps you, it helps you center your quilt blocks. Some half square triangle templates. This is kind of neat. Lots of some quilting, and I'm all about the sewing. I'm all about the embroidery and quilting these days. I haven't really made clothes in a while, and I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe I should make like a shirt or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I will definitely eventually, but I'm really trying not to buy. I'm trying not to buy any more fabric, and I'm really trying to kind of use some of the stuff that I have. On the upside, I have seen a lot of baby announcements on Facebook, so I could probably do quite a few baby blankets and try to it serves multi-purpose. You can help reduce the stash. You can also surprise a friend. I mean, there's a lot of upside to that, right? All right. Oh, and what else is in here? Okay. Oh yeah, this is the Fun with Fabric Strips book. So that's why she included the batting, so you can make some cool projects with fabric strips. And this does kind of look like those rope projects, but I think they're definitely a little bit different. So those are cool. And then there's this book and template for the split tumbler templates. So lots of cool things over at Nancy's Notion. So if you haven't ever been there before, definitely wander over there, especially for the embroidery designs. They have some kits. They have a lot of kits too. So they have one kit that comes with wash away stabilizer, and it comes with this CD-ROM, and then they sell this individually. They also sell a downloadable version of this collection as well. Oh wait, I think I'm holding this upside down. Sorry about that. So lots of really neat stuff happening over there, and thank you so much over at Nancy's Notions for being so generous. And I'd really like to pass some of this along. So in the next few weeks, I will be definitely doing an announcement about some type of giveaway, giving away quite a few items that someone else has been kind enough to send to me. You know, I really like all this stuff. I can't use all of it. I'm only one person, so I'd love to try to pass along as well. Okay, so let's talk about Game of Thrones. All right, so I know Game of Thrones is coming on in like an hour and a half. Who is watching Game of Thrones out there? And what do you think? Tonight apparently is supposed to be a really big episode, and I am super excited. So we didn't have HBO for like the past 2 years, which hasn't really been a problem because Game of Thrones has been off the air for that long. So, you know, we figure why pay the money if there was, nothing new on. So we finally bit the bullet. Last weekend, my husband was like, yeah, just do the HBO thing. Because we were talking about, so we're probably going to be dumping Netflix, I know. We watched a lot of stuff on Netflix, and I've noticed a lot of the shows that we like on Netflix, they are dropped by Netflix because like their license expires, and then all of a sudden a few months later they wind up on Amazon Prime Video. This has happened to shows like Monk, which I love, Psych, I think there was one other one too. Oh, Chuck. All amazing shows. And I feel like White Collar is another one that I watched that was dropped by Netflix. I'm going to guess it's going to be on Amazon Prime. And ironically, I bought the Monk DVDs after it had been gone for a while. And then, like, literally the next week it was on Amazon Prime. And I'm like, I guess it's still good to have DVDs, even though it's on Amazon. Prime. Okay, so Shelly, I will not spoil you then if you have not seen this season of Game of Thrones. But I've been trying to catch up, so I watched the first 2 episodes of season 8, and then I've also been catching up on another show that I really like on HBO called Silicon Valley. If anyone watches that, I'm a big Mike Judge fan. I loved Office Space. I loved Idiocracy. Idiocracy is one of the best movies ever. So I'm enjoying Silicon Valley, and I'm at least 2 seasons behind on that. So even right before this, I was watching Silicon Valley. My favorite character on that show is Jared, the kind of like socially awkward pale guy. He's definitely my favorite. And yes, they did raise the price of Netflix, which kind of pissed us off. I get that they're spending like a gazillion dollars on programming, but I don't know if you guys saw that Saturday Night Live sketch where they were making fun of how many programs Netflix has. Some of them have like 1 viewer, and I think there's probably some truth to that. Like, there are shows on Netflix that I'm like, has anyone ever seen this? I don't know. I feel like, not that original programming isn't good, but why create like a gazillion shows? Like, why not focus on like 5 good ones? You don't all have to have all of this original programming. I think it's a good thing, but I have definitely seen shows on both Amazon Prime and Netflix where you're like, I don't know, like, I think HBO has got it right. They kind of focus on a handful of shows. Apparently, they're really blowing the budget with Game of Thrones. I read that I think Game of Thrones is spending like, I forgot how much an episode. It was something, I gotta look this up. So Game of Thrones is spending like an insane amount of money per episode. Cost. And I mean, you can definitely see where it is. I mean, you can definitely see why it's that expensive. All the CGI, all the costumes. I mean, it's just, I mean, the CGI dragons alone have got to be a few million, right? All right, so Game of Thrones, okay. The final 6 episodes of Game of Thrones will cost $15 million each to produce. I mean, these things take forever to shoot. That's why they've been off the air for the past couple of years. I guess they're trying to just shoot all these episodes and get them ready. But they're, like, the length of them is going to be longer. And I mean, the production quality is just amazing. So, I mean, you can definitely tell they dropped 15 million bucks on it easy. You know, although they couldn't. Okay, I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, but all right, in the comments, let me know what do you like, not spoilers, but predictions. Who do you think is gonna be the last person standing in Westeros? I don't know. So, and I want to share my favorite with you. So I'm working on a DIY. I'm working on like an embroidery DIY project, another one dedicated to Game of Thrones. Last year, the year before, I did a Daenerys, like, Dracarys pillow. That was a fun project. But I just did a sample. I'm doing a sample of something. So I'm going to make a t-shirt with this on it. And if you can't tell who my favorite character is, this is it. All right, let me get this a little bit closer. All right. I found this beard and sunglasses design applique on Etsy, and then I downloaded the Game of Thrones font for embroidery machines. So I'm team Tormund all the way. I think he's definitely the real MVP this season, and I'm just loving that guy. I mean, he was always good, but like, he's just really, I don't know, like, he's got something, he's extra this season. So I'm rooting for him, and I'm going to be putting this on a purple t-shirt that I have hooped, but I didn't want to leave unintended. So after I jump off of here, I'm going to finish the shirt and maybe have it done by the time the episode starts. I mean, I gotta say, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this guy, though. I hope he, I don't know. I kind of hope he makes it into more episodes this season. Let's just say that, because I would really like to see more Tormund And I'm really rooting for Tormund and Brienne of Tarth to become a couple. I'm shipping them pretty hard. So if the show ends and that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be really, really sad. And yeah, dragons really are expensive. I mean, and the weird thing is, like, okay, I don't, if you're a season behind, Shelly, I don't want to spoil you, but I never thought I would be that emotionally attached to a CGI dragon, and that's kind of the sad thing. So, but Tormund, man, he's the best. I would love to see, I wish he could get his own, like, spin-off show or something. I don't know. But, okay. Jen, I've never watched it, but I assume everyone dies. That's actually a really popular fan theory that, like, humanity gets, like, wiped out, the Night King rules, so it's certainly, that is certainly in, you know, that's definitely one of the possibilities. So even though you haven't seen the show, Jen, you're on the right track. It's a decent show. It's definitely not for kids. And there are some storylines that make me a little uncomfortable. But, you know, it's HBO, so you're paying for the they gotta remind you that you're paying for it to be adult content, I guess. So I don't know. But it's, you know, I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm very glad to now have HBO and be able to actually watch the episode. So my husband is actually going back to the beginning, and he's watching all of the seasons just continuously, in order, just until he gets back to the beginning, I guess, because that's what he does. He really likes to just watch from the beginning and then just watch one series over and over again, which I know is kind of weird, but I don't know. But yeah, Game of Thrones, man, I'm so excited. So I'm going to be embroidering my Tormund. I'm gonna do, because I really did want to do a tester. I'd never bought from these sellers before, so I really wanted to test it out. The only thing, and I've been experimenting with applique, so I've done some appliques. I shot an applique video that I'm editing, and I did not use, like, a fusible web. So I've seen some people that use fusible web and some people who don't. So I've done it without, and then I tried it with, but I forgot to take the paper backing off of this one. So I'm glad this was only the practice one, because I would have totally messed up I would have really messed up the shirt, like, if that had been my final one. So yeah, I make a lot of mistakes. This is just sort of a scrap sheet from this is like a sheet that I bought for fabric. I have some pants for this, and I just used some tearaway stabilizer on the back, just since this is kind of just playing around. But yeah, I'm kind of digging this. This bearded sunglasses thing was not supposed to be Tormund, but I feel like it evokes the spirit of Tormund, and I was not able to find an actual Tormund, like, embroidery design, really. So, but in last week's episode, man, he was hysterical. I rewatched, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I rewatched the really juicy scene with him. I probably rewatched it like 10 times, and I was just laughing through the whole way. So, I don't know. Shelly, I think you should definitely make a pillow that says winter is coming. I think that'd be a really cool project. And you can buy all the fonts online. So I've seen a lot of those. Like, you can get a lot of like, fonts, and I think I have seen just a winter is coming design you can buy. Like, I saw some Etsy seller with that. Or you can get the font and then just make your own, just kind of make whatever saying you want. So I'm Team Tormund. I'm going to try to tag that actor on Instagram. Maybe he'll see it. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm excited. And if anyone here watches Silicon Valley too, my hair is getting really, like, crazy today. I don't know. I just kind of did it, but who knows? But this is us here at the Sewing Report. We hang out, we talk a lot of randomness. I talk a lot, and we have some fun. So if you're just joining us, that's what we do here. And all right, is that my phone? That is very weird. My phone is vibrating for, like, no reason. Okay. That is very strange. Anyways. Okay, so let's see if anyone has used Sewing Report Squad hashtag this week. Alright, so we will go ahead and do that. Alright. See if anyone's been using it, and we can give you guys some Instagram love. And then right before I jump off for the night, if you stick around this long, I'll tell you who the surprise guest is this week for a very cool video I shot last week with this celebrity guest. And I'll kind of share the story, and I'll talk more about it next week because I know this is already going almost an hour here. But I was shocked, and I would love to talk more about it next week. But that's what we're gonna be. Okay, we have a few photos, I think. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. Actually, is this new? Okay. Well, the hashtag Sewing Report Squad, Andrew makes. Okay, cool. My brother has a 1968 Roadrunner he restored and rebuilt. I sneakily acquired a picture of it, had it printed onto fabric, and surprised him with a cool... Oh my gosh. Oh, that's super creative. Other than the car itself, my fave part of this picture is the squirrel on the stump. Oh my... He's like totally photobombing too. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Andrew Mace, if you're watching or if you watch this later, hats off to you. That is a really cool gift and surprise. How neat. I don't really know much about cars, so I don't really know what a Roadrunner is, but that looks like a cool car. You had me for a second. I was like, why is a car here? But then when I read your caption, that made a lot of sense. How cool. All right, I'm going to like this. Sorry, it's going to be from my Jen Talks Forever account because that's the one I'm signed in on. All right, is this one a new one? Okay, that is old. Okay. Oh, that is my sewing room from a while ago. All right, Terry O'Vegan. My Saturday project or one of them, I turned a stack of old tees into bags. How cool. All right, talking about upcycling here. I wish I could remember where I first saw this to give proper credit. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Super easy. Just sew the bottom closed with 2 rows of stitching. Cut off the arms and enlarge the neck hole area. Hey, that's a good idea. All right, maybe I'll try to do that. I don't even know if I have like old t-shirts like that, but we'll have to see. How cool. All right, so there. I'm looking for posts that are not mine. Okay. All right, oh, here's another one. April showers bring out drafting supplies. All right, self-drafted shorts. Those look really good, actually. Terry, awesome. Oh my gosh. I had time to make a muslin, then make Butterick 6326, and you have a quilt in the back. And don't apologize. Don't apologize for sharing your stuff, you know. And, all right, and Terry, definitely don't apologize for the photo. That's something that bugs me about Instagram, is that people feel like they need to have the picture be like, you know, like a professional magazine shoot. I mean, we're just people. Like, who's got the time to stage all these professional photographs? Like, I honestly, a lot of my photos are like screen grabs from videos. I will occasionally take like nicer photos, but I really don't spend like a ton of time on it. I think there's more to life. I would rather be making stuff, or making a video at least, than spending all my time on photography. And I still do kind of have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. I don't really know how I feel about it, but I've been kind of, I don't know. I think there's a lot of like fake activity on Instagram. Like, I think half of the people interacting with you is a bot for sure. So I don't know. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? But yeah, all right, let's check out some comments. Okay, Jamie, I just started watching the Umbrella Academy. Okay, I've heard someone else talk about that too. What is the Umbrella Academy? I saw somebody else post about it, and I had never Okay, it's a series on Netflix. All right. I'm looking it up now. Okay, it's a superhero thing? Okay. Ellen Page, Tom Hopper. I don't know how to pronounce. All right. The only person I recognize in here is Ellen Page and Mary J. Blige. Okay, so the Umbrella Academy. Cool. All right. Carla, it's Mopar or no car? Nice. Eileen, polyester thread is more color fast with fabric brightness and lots of washing and heavy duty stain release detergents. So good with kids' clothes. Good to know. All right. And polyester is stretchier. Okay, so if you, for anyone that does a lot of embroidery, what do you prefer to use polyester thread with? What kinds of projects, and what do you prefer to use rayon thread with? Because that's what I'm going to be kind of testing out is just... And Terry's here! Terry, awesome! Oh, it's good to have you here, Terry. And yes, seriously, don't apologize for your photos. I would rather people share stuff, like, on any kind of camera than not share something at all. If they want, if they want to share it. So, I don't know. And honestly, you don't have... Like, there's this whole push, too, to share everything you do, like, in your entire life online. I think that seems a little... like unhealthy and narcissistic too. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Oh, all right. So you know what? I was going to do this and I forgot to do this. I wanted to go to Nancy's Notions website. So let's do that actually. So yeah, it had been a while since I'd been on this site. And normally I do like Amazon or like I've done a few, like I've done Wawak sewing, but I got to tell you, Nancy's has a lot of stuff here. So if you're, and the prices were really good too. So, because I even compared them to Amazon for several things, and the price was very similar. So, I thought this was pretty cool. And they've got some, oh, sorry, I'm going really fast here. And they've got a lot of really interesting inspiration stuff. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh, they have cactus. Oh, I really like these embroidery collections. And it does seem you might be like $40, really. But when you go on Etsy, by the time you buy all these designs, each design is like $4 each, $3 each. So you get 3 or 4 that you get like 10 of those and you're also at the same price. So I thought this was, oh, that is really cute though. Stick it to me, hug me. So yeah, they've got some really good embroidery kits and like collections. And I've been kind of impressed with just what they have. Let's see what else they've got. Like, I know this is what you came for, to see me online. Oh, okay, so they do have more. All right, I'm going to have to check this out further, because I really do like their freestanding. That lace butterfly, just, that stitched out perfect. Like, I thought I was going to mess it up. I was like, let me do a practice one, because I'm probably not going to get it right the first time or something's going to happen, but it was stitched out perfectly. They have some in the hoop projects. All right, let's take a, oh, DIY candle mats. I don't really have any candles, but you can do other stuff with this. Oh, those are cute. Okay, so I think that's with felt. So a lot of good gifts. And last week somebody told me to check out in the hoop projects, and I have been doing that for sure. But the one I found, so I found like a couple things I liked on Etsy, but then when I went to look at their instructions, like there were a lot of steps to it, and I wasn't quite sure if I was ready for that. So we'll have to see, but I don't know. It was just like, yeah, like it wasn't like an easy, like it was a simple project, but it wasn't one of those things where it's like only 5 steps. I felt like there were a few too many steps, and I felt like it would have almost been easier just to do it with a regular sewing machine if you had a pattern. So I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if I had been making it, I would have found it easier to just embroider the pieces that need to be embroidered and then do the rest in my sewing machine. Like, I didn't really see that it would be easier doing it on the embroidery hoop. So I don't know. But yeah, they've got some cool stuff. Oh, and they have their own. Okay, this must be really popular. So they've got their own embroidery starter kit. That is really cool. Oh, toweling fabric. Oh, that one comes with fabric too. So lots of really cool stuff on here. The thread selection though, I was really like just knocked out with just how much thread this place has. Like it was just great. Like the amount of thread, and this one though, I am so loving it. I think the colors are really unique. I'm very excited. I think I'm going to do some of the butterflies with this thread. And then one of the other boxes has gold and silver. So I will definitely get some use out of the thread for sure. And I noticed they had a lot of stuff that was deeply marked down too. So this one right here, this one's like $40 for how many? $40 for, all right, 35 spools. That's actually really good. That's like a little over $1 a spool for rayon thread. And I do really like the colors that come with this. So that's super cute. So they have a lot. I'm excited to try the Madeira thread. I've actually never tried Madeira thread for anything before. So I think this will be kind of neat. But they have quilting cotton. But man, I'm just so loving the embroidery stuff. Like, that's kind of the thing that's gotten me lately. I've just been so wrapped up in embroidery. I would like to do some quilting though. So, but yeah, they've got some really cool. I do want to see these feathers. Okay, so you can make some feathers. Ooh. And look at, I just love how you can do different colors, and I would love to see more collections like this. I think this is so cool. Oh, you can make like a mobile. That would be kind of neat. I think they should do some flowers. Like, I think flowers would be pretty universally, usable. And you can also sew these to clothing. You can sew these to accessories. I mean, I don't know. I feel like my mind is getting carried away here. But they've got a lot of stuff. Oh, they have so much stuff. Yeah, now. Ooh. But yeah, their embroidery design collections, I would say they seem really good quality. Ooh, hoop grip tape. And, oh, no mesh stay. I do need some more no-show stabilizers, so I'm going to have to order some more from somebody. So we will see. But lots of really cool stuff here. I've just been loving checking different things out. And yeah, me and the embroider, me and my embroidery machine, I think, are one now. Okay, is this freestanding lace as well? It kind of looks like, yeah, okay. Stitch designs with organza. And I did see that in somewhere. I think the organza would be pretty cool. So I did see that going on. Oh, how pretty are those? So yeah, they've got lots of really cool embroidery designs. I've also been checking out I'll show you. I've been checking out Embroidery Library and embroiderydesigns.com. These are like my main haunts. I've downloaded quite a few things from embroiderydesigns.com. That's a good site. And they have a lot of free designs too, so you can go, let's see, where's all the free ones? They've got tons of free designs, and you can get 3 per week. So, oh, hey, speaking of butterflies, and they've got some that are pretty, I wonder if that is freestanding. And they do have freestanding lace as well, so they've got lots to choose from. And I've had pretty good luck with the designs I've downloaded from here. That does kind of look like it's, I don't know. But you can specifically sort and look just for the freestanding lace. The other one that's good is, and they've got a lot of online tutorials, is embroiderylibrary.com. They've got some interesting ones as well, and they have a lot of tutorials on their YouTube channel. All right, is this ever? And yes, I was watching Blueprint earlier. I've been trying to get more use out of that subscription since I did pay for it. So I've been trying to. All right, okay. Man, I hope my internet connection on the live stream is still here. All right, guess we'll try this later. All right. So anyways, I guess Embroidery Library is a no-go. I really hope my live stream does not get knocked off on air. We will see. So, all right, let's see. I think we got a few more comments. All right. Oh, Jamie, have a good week. Thank you for joining us. And Shelly, thank you very much as well. Okay, so for those of you who are still around, I'm going to tell you who the celebrity guest is on the Sewing Report this week. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about Craig Conover, the guy from the Bravo TV show Southern Charmed? Apparently, his assistant saw the show, and somebody reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you want to interview Craig for your show?" And I was like, "You bet, of course." So on Thursday, I ended up Skyping with Craig himself. So this week, I will be releasing our literally hour-long conversation. I know I can talk a lot with Craig Conover. He was super nice, and I'm so excited to get this out there because I think what he's doing with the sewing is so cool, and he just seems like such a nice guy, and he's just super into sewing. So this week, definitely look for a conversation between me, regular old Jen, and celebrity reality TV star Craig Conover. I thought it was so like amazing though that somebody would reach out to like somebody like me to be like to give an interview with. So yes, I was totally shocked. Also, apparently they're going to be sending over a box of Sewing Down South stuff that I will be checking out probably in next week's show. We'll be doing some more unboxings. And this week I hope to get all this giveaway stuff together because I really do. It's been a while since I've done a giveaway. I wish I could do more. I'm a little wary of all the legal aspects, and that's another reason why I can only do it with U.S. contest eligible members, is because of all these international laws. So I'm sorry, everybody who's not in the United States. Just hope you can understand it is for legal reasons. I just don't want to get in trouble, and apparently that's pretty easy to do. So yes, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. And yes, I know sodium content. Yes, I was so like, that guy wants to do an interview with like a small YouTube channel. Okay, man. But he was super cool. And we talked a lot about sewing and about him, and it was a really neat conversation. And I was really surprised. This guy is really like deep. Like, I know he's on a Bravo reality TV show, so you might be like, he's probably kind of a, you kind of might get some wrong impressions. But just after talking with him for that long, I definitely could tell this guy is like he's a really good, decent dude, and he's really into sewing. So we talk a lot about sewing and about a little bit about how he's portrayed. We did talk about how he's portrayed on the show because people were giving him a lot of crap for the sewing. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us this hour, and let me know too if there's a topic you would like to see discussed on a future episode. Let me know in the comments as well. Yes, I know I'm asking a lot of you to comment, but it's because I really want to hear what people have to say, and see what you guys want to chat about in here in the live chat, talking with me. This is just kind of fun for me. Obviously this is super casual, and it's just something we do just to kind of hang out. Hey. It's an hour before Game of Thrones. What else are we doing? And I'm going to be trying to finish my Tormund shirt. I am 100%. And I will wear, I think in next week's show, I will wear the Team Tormund shirt because I'm going to be doing a video. I started shooting my process with it. So there will be a video on how I made the Tormund shirt. Because I think I don't know, I'm very excited about it because I was looking around all day trying to find a beard embroidery designer or something where it kind of looked like men's hair, and I found something and I was like, okay, so this is cool. So I'm pretty pumped. But you guys, I hope you have a great week and happy sewing. So all right, I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna try to get something to eat, finish my shirt, and then catch up on the latest Game of Thrones that's on pretty soon. So we'll catch up next week. We'll talk, and next week I'm going to chat a lot more about Craig Conover and kind of what happened. So, because I'm just really excited about that. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. So, hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys later.